Hi, this is Paula J. Welcome to Microsoft Ignite. We are here with our special guests, Mark Russinovich and Raymond and Rik. Thanks so much for joining us. So we've got to mark to you a bunch of questions, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
But let's start with something soft. Since you are doing such an amazing things at Microsoft, everybody would need to know, what was your first job?
My first job was a paperboy,
Okay.
where I had to get up before school at 4:30 in the morning, had a route through the nearby neighborhoods on my bike, and come back just in time to get ready for to get to school.
Do you still wake up at the time?
No, I wake up
No?
a little bit later, 5:45
Okay.
now.
Okay, great. And how did you spend your summertime?
Seattle's weather's generally pretty good in the summer, except for when the smoke came over from from the east. But I spent a lot of time hiking. That's what
really?
I like to do
Okay. That's cool. Do you do like this kind of a couple of days trips?
No, it's mostly just a few hours.
Okay.
Kind of hikes nearby.
Just to
There's a ton
relax
of places around. Yeah, Seattle.
This is where you find the silence, where you can
Yes.
focus and so on?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And what's out there for future in technology that you would like to see?
Future in technology. Well, I think one of the things that I think fascinates me is the evolution of the data center and what servers look like, because I think we're going to see a lot of change over the next 5 years. You know, right now it's rack and stack server blades, but what we're going to is kind of rack scale architectures, I think, where memory and compute is disaggregated, accelerators are disaggregated, but it's all in a tight fabric. So you can combine resources dynamically. I think
Okay. And do you see some challenges for security that are upcoming, including the blockchain that you were mentioning, etc.?
Yeah, well, I think security is always a challenge, and it's always a matter of raising the bar. And one of the things that I just talked about this morning is about confidential computing, which is leveraging trusted execution environments to protect data. That will be raising the bar yet again, but then there will be other challenges that we'll have to go address there as well.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Okay. Mark, I watched the schedule, of course, and I'm planning to attend your sessions, as always. This time there is no more case of the unexplained, but you're doing a session on blockchain.
That's right.
What are Microsoft plans with blockchain?
So we've got a big program on blockchain. I think one of the exciting things that we've got is something called Azure Blockchain Workbench, which lets a company just take their smart contract code and deploy it to us. We'll stand up the blockchain network, the ledger, create web APIs, create a portal where you can go interact with the smart contract. It takes all of the grunge work out of having to stand up an enterprise blockchain application.
So it will be a service to companies that need blockchain
Yeah,
technology.
that want to use blockchains. And it's actually already out in preview form, and we've got several customers, including one that Satya mentioned in the keynote on Monday, Buhler, which is one of the largest grain suppliers in the world, that is building applications on top of it.
My other question. My favorite story about me and you is about you being able to fix Process Explorer for me to do a session. You were very much involved with system internals. What's the future for system internals?
Sure. Well, I'm still involved with it. I still am the primary author of the tools. I've spent less time on it as I've gotten more into Azure. So you'll see the rate of change is much less frequent. But one of the things that I've just done, coincidentally, is hire somebody that has been contributing to Sysmon, one of the newer tools. And he's been doing such a great job, and he's so passionate about the tools and has offered to help on other ones that I've hired him to be somebody that can help me get sysinternals, keep it going.
Okay. So you've moved now from sort of Windows deep dive, sysinternals deep dive. You're very much Mr. Cloud. We do a lot of work, the three of us, with people who are looking to move to the cloud, build new systems in the cloud. What do you think is the most important piece of advice you could give to somebody who needs to start looking to develop applications at the same kind of cloud scale as yourselves, for example?
I would say that understanding distributed systems, if you really want it to be the person that is creating the at-scale service, understanding distributed systems and the ways that distributed systems can fail. I think that is one of the lessons that a lot of our developers, as they come into Azure, learn the hard way, is if you don't think about the ways that things can fail, then you're going to miss them, and in the cloud, when you're running at a scale, you're going to run into every single kind of possible failure at some point. Yeah. And so that and logging, generating enough logging from your application so that if something does go wrong, that you can figure out what happened from the logs, because in some cases, rare event is an event that will happen in the cloud, and it's very hard to reproduce it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So a bit more of a left fielder then.
Yeah.
You've got a new project. You need to assemble a dream team of nerds. I'll let you pick from any time, any place. Who do you pick?
So these are developers that I want to pick, or is it like starting a business?
It's a team for a new project in Microsoft.
Yeah.
I guess in my head it was like you remember when NT started and they brought this wonderful range of people in from all over the place to build NT.
Yeah.
You've got to do something. It's that big. It's that hard. Who do you pick?
Well, I think you mentioned NT, Dave Cutler, one of the greatest coders of all time, creator of Windows NT and VAX VMS. I'd pick him. Probably Linus. He's a pretty good developer, I think. Yeah. Let's see, who else would I pick? I think we'd want somebody that could be our CEO, our business guy. I'd pick Satya.
Okay, that sounds like a good dream team, actually. Yeah. So one last question then. So on stage, I know you've just announced the latest global Azure Bootcamp. And Mr. Martenson is lingering over there with his wonderful hair. Mm-hmm. I just really wanted to ask you, it's so great that Microsoft support these kind of endeavors. What does it mean to Microsoft and to you to have that great team of advocates and evangelists who are supporting you and talking about the technology?
Yeah, well, it means the world to us. I mean, this is why you see us investing so much in supporting them and showing them that we trust them and bringing them in, sharing information that we don't share even with the outside world because we consider them part of the family. They magnify our message, and there's nothing more credible than having somebody that is not from Microsoft talk about Microsoft technologies and talk about the way they can help people.
Okay, well.
And since we're on Microsoft Ignite, what is your favorite Microsoft Ignite speaker, or what sessions would you recommend?
Favorite Ignite speaker? That's a tough one. Not Jeffrey Snover. No, actually, Jeffrey's a pretty good speaker. His sessions are always fun. Corey Sanders is a fun speaker.
Absolutely.
As well. Yeah.
I had a chance actually to have an interview with Corey yesterday.
Yeah, and you, by the way, too. You're a good speaker too.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't asking for that, Thank you so much.
Well,
Any questions?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all good.
Yep. No.
All right.
We know what we want to know. 100%.
Well, we could talk all day, right? But at some point somebody's going to come on and grab you and take you away because you're a busy man. Yeah. So, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
It's been a fun interview.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much for taking the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.